Welcome back, everyone. This is Merlin.
Brent.
Jake.
New guest, Jake.
His first podcast.
Yep.
Yep.
Back with the LoTech podcast. By the end of this, you will know how to choose a pizza cutter that fits your case, how to set up your logo so it's clean, and what to send to LoTech so the quote is fast. All right, so pizza cutters.
Yep.
Yep.
They cut pizza. They do indeed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's your go-to?
For our imprints or just
Pizza cutters in general. Let's stick to that for now. Yeah.
I mean, it's one of those things where it's always going to be in your drawer in your kitchen. I don't think I've ever been in a house or owned a house where we did not have at least 3 pizza cutters sitting in our drawer. So yeah, it's just one of those things that just never really leave.
Yeah, that's fair.
Although it is one of those things where you don't notice it until it's gone. Until they're all dirty, and then you're like, oh frick, I have to cut this pizza with a knife. And then it just doesn't go well.
Yeah. But yeah, I would say something that makes art, like just the LoTech pizza cutters, a little, I don't want to say different, but just where it gives people more options to play with is because of the plastic handle, you're able to really get a larger chunk of, not marketing, but just your images or whatever you were hoping to put on it. Because just with a straight pizza cutter, you got the handle you could put some words on, but that's not very readable. As you got this big arch on ours where you can put your images, anything like that.
Yeah, and ours are a lot easier to clean, just from my personal experience.
Yeah, just to take them apart like that.
Yeah. I mean, they're sturdy, but you just put, once you get it in the sink, you just push it one way and then boom. You got it. You don't even got to get grease on your hands.
What are some things you guys think that people don't utilize enough with our pizza cutters?
Personally, I think that they could use the space a little bit more. Like you have a lot of landscape that you can work with there. And a lot of companies, not to fault them or anything, but they usually just do like a small circular logo in the center of it. I've seen a lot of those. Not many actually take advantage of the entire landscape that they're given.
Yeah, I agree with that. And something I was gonna say on that was I don't think we have enough people that are digitally printing on the pizza cutters. Just because I've seen some pretty cool stuff you could do with the digital print. And I think a lot of people are just missing out on that aspect of that.
Any stories about either wins or any problems that came up with the pizza cutters?
I haven't really heard of any problems. Just because it's pretty standard to print on those. It's not too hard. I feel like with the pizza cutters, we get a lot of people that are doing them as gifting. So we see a lot of corporations or just the other day we had a company in California getting them for a school. So they handed out those pizza cutters to the parents and stuff. And I think doing that approach is a lot better than, because just you could have them in a restaurant and have people purchase them. But I think that these are going to be more of a gifting item, or maybe if you're a realtor, that's just something that'll be in that home forever. So you want something that your client is going to see all the time and use.
Yeah, that's fair. I've seen the 3.5s used as even just trade show giveaways.
Yeah.
And then some people have gone as far with the 5-inch ones to mix them with other items, just have a set to give to somebody. Something that looks clean.
Yeah, that's right. It's going to be more like how people print on stress balls to hand out to people. You want your marketing to be used and not just seen.
Yeah, I still have that chicken, the red bird.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah.
That's stressful. I've had it for a year and a half now.
Yeah.
So what are some common questions people ask you about the pizza cutters?
I would say the biggest question is if we can engrave on the blade. Just because I think a lot of people view us as we do plastic and printing, which we do and print on the plastic, but a lot of people ask if they can do it on the blade, or they wonder where we could do it on the blade. So I would say that's something people should know going into purchasing these is you can just engrave the blade, and that's going to last forever. That'll never come off. No matter how much wear and tear it gets, that blade's going to stay engraved the whole for probably longer than you. What would you say some of if there's any challenges with the pizza cutters, Brent? Just because I know you work more hands-on with them than most of us.
I would say the main challenge that comes with digitally printing on the pizza cutters is because it's such a wide surface area. There tends to be a lot of overspray from the digital printer, because usually, when we're printing on tongs or spoons, it's just on the handles. There's not a whole lot of wiggle room for additional ink to get on there. With the pizza cutters, you do get some overspray, and it wipes right off. It's not that much of a problem. But yeah, there's just much more surface area for that residual ink mist to settle onto.
Yeah.
But other than that, they're not really a problem to work with.
Yeah.
Logo mistakes that we've ran into in the past, at least for pizza cutter orders, and honestly, quite a few different digital orders that I've ran into is like finally getting an image that's high definition. Something that's not going to look blurry, something, I mean, we can make it look better on our side, but
Sure.
that definitely adds time to the process for anyone that's wanting to have a fast turnaround time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the higher definition image that we're able to get sent, the much faster it'll go out.
And even, it can go the opposite way too if something is oversized and we try to size it down to fit on the pizza cutter, we lose a lot of definition.
Yeah.
Yep. I'd say we do have a lot of surface area to work with, but overly elaborate things, especially with the resizing, details can get very easily lost, and it just becomes basically white noise, essentially.
Yeah. And but with that, also adding your information on it if you want to.
Mm-hmm.
Like having too much info on it at once.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, because then your eyes
It's gonna
just
feel cluttered.
yeah, your eyes just glaze over.
Yeah, I tell clients all the time to try to keep it as simple as you can. It's just not for our sake or their sake, but just for the customer's sake that they're planning on distributing to. It's just one of those things where the less time you have to read it, the more engaged into the reading you're going to be. It's just one of those. So that's why I always say it's good to have an image because that pulls them in to look at it. And then you put a little bit of your information under there. And I think that's just the perfect mix and not just going for putting sentences on it,
Yep.
Yeah,
Just
that's
simple image, website, maybe an email. That's
Yeah.
really all that you need.
Do you have a strong opinion you would defend against this pizza cutter brand? Comparing it to others that you have used.
In full honesty, I have yet to use one of our pizza cutters. The only one that I've used so far is the one that I have at home, which just has a regular handle. So I've yet to use the flying saucer-esque shaped one that we have.
I will say one of the things I like better about ours versus the handle version is a lot of times I find myself with the handle version is because I'm pushing into the pizza at a diagonal angle versus a vertical angle. I find I have the problem of pushing the pizza, or sometimes the blade will slide instead of roll through it, and then it kind of just messes up the pizza. As of ours, where you're able to get your whole hand over the blade, it just goes a lot smoother when you're rolling through it.
You can have more pressure.
Yeah, you
from
can
the
put
top.
more weight into the actual pizza cutter. So Merlin, since you've been here for a while, if a restaurant was to use this daily, what do you think they should prioritize with their cutters? I guess size, imprint, what would you say is most important to these restaurants to look for?
Yeah, so for back of house, would definitely go with the 5-inch. I wouldn't go with the polystyrene blade. It would need to be the stainless steel because for the 5-inch we have that option. For the 3.5, it's only the stainless steel. Honestly, I would mainly recommend it as a merch piece.
Yeah.
Because for industrial stuff like that, I would recommend something like a crescent pizza cutter, or half moon, whatever you'd like to call it. But anything that's going to be some form of gift, I would recommend ours.
Okay. And what would you say, because I know for gifting, say you're gifting it to a class, so younger people, would you say that's something you would gift, or would you try to go another route? I guess who should be the intended market for gifting these to?
I think you touched on it pretty well earlier with like home realtors. Like give them a cutting board and like a little 3-inch pizza cutter on the side. That is a fantastic, like you just bought your first home. Here's a cutting board and a pizza cutter. It's practical and it looks pretty.
Yeah.
Oh, just to quickly wrap back around to this, like if it is something that's going to be of daily use in the kitchen or anything like that, because they can be used like that.
Right.
But the only recommendation I would have is don't let it sit. Like if it is branded, if it's not a blank one, don't let it sit like in very, very hot water for an extended period of time.
Yeah.
Because the branding's going to come off that. That's how it is with really any type of branding. Is you don't want that to soak. It's fine to clean it. It's fine to but letting it soak, not the best idea.
Yeah. I mean, you can let the blade soak all you want, which really that should be the main piece that you need to clean.
Yeah.
But yeah, the plastic, definitely just give it a quick rinse and then dry it off relatively quickly.
What would you say people need to send us for this process to be streamlined so that they have it in a timely fashion?
Yeah, so I always suggest getting artwork to us 2 weeks at least before you want it. And we do have, just the other week I had a client who wanted to get, I believe it was 200 of them digitally printed, and they needed it in about 5 days. And we were able to scramble and get that done for them, but it definitely helps and is more cost effective for you if you give us about 2 or 3 weeks in advance, just so we can really fine tune the artwork, and then also just take time on that printing process to make sure it's not being rushed. And you're, like you said earlier, sometimes it will spray, or if you have too much on there, it blurs. So just with that exceeded time, we're just able to really fine tune it. But yeah, I'd say the most important thing is just getting artwork over. Even if you're just curious, you could just send the artwork over and just see if this is for me, then great. If not, there's tons of other options for you. But I'd say the pizza cutter is one of the easier ones, just with the size of the print area. But yeah, I would just say get that artwork over as soon as possible.
Yeah, timeline-wise, I feel like us receiving the artwork can sometimes be the longest portion of time.
Yeah.
Because once we do have the artwork, we do try to send out a proof within a day or two. We try to have 2 days be the max, and then once it's approved, we can get a internal trial run done, make sure it looks good, and then we push it into full production. So your first run, if it's brand new artwork, we try to keep it 1.5, 2 weeks maximum for the first order. Like that's the goal.
Yeah.
And then any order after that, since we have your artwork on file, just a week. Unless it's like a massive order, then the timeline's gonna spread out more.
And pizza cutters, just to add on to that, I would say are probably our most popular product with third-party sellers. I have I personally have about 10 accounts under me that will just send an email in with a picture of their artwork, say, I need 200 of these shipped out to here by then. And I don't think we've ever had a problem with that. It's one of our easier ones to just get out quick and distribute. So that's why I think a lot of third parties like using the pizza cutters, just because they know it's reliable. It's usually not an insane quantity. I feel like you don't really see many people ordering over 500 pizza cutters.
That's fair.
So yeah, this is definitely one I would suggest for the third party people.
If you are ordering custom pizza cutters for a restaurant, an event, or grand opening, visit the LoTech website and search pizza cutters to see the options, or call us with your quantity, logo, and in-hand state, and we will guide you to the right fit fast. This is Merlin,
Brent.
Jake?
signing off from the LoTech podcast.